What is going on, guys? It is WrestleMania here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including breaking news as Hulk Hogan passes away at 71, The Rock done with WWE, WWE planning a major swerve, a future WrestleMania main event revealed, WWE has no interest in Paige, a former WWE superstar retires, Goldberg injured himself in his last match, WWE reviving a WCW pay-per-view, Brock Lesnar resurfaces, a wrestler who really wants to return to WWE, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Now let's see the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at breaking news as it's been informed that Hulk Hogan has passed away at 71. A WWE Hall of Famer Hulk Hogan has now passed away at 71 according to reports. It was reported by TMZ that first responders responded to the home after receiving a call about a cardiac arrest. Paramedics and police patrol were reportedly parked outside of Hogan's home on Thursday morning, and Hogan was wheeled out of his home on a stretcher and into an ambulance. Hogan recently had a procedure done on his neck, and unfortunately there were rumors that there were complications during the neck procedure. There were rumors that Hulk Hogan was recovering at home and even had a hospital bed installed in his own home. Now of course Hogan was involved in many controversies, but we can't ever deny his contributions to pro wrestling. We can't ever deny that if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan, we wouldn't be sitting here right now, we wouldn't be doing this news, we wouldn't have this channel. Hogan had an illustrious career in WWE and wrestling in general, creating the NWO, becoming champion various times, and being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2005. We are of course saddened by this news. No matter what you thought of Hogan, he's still a human being after all, and he's no longer with us. We expect WWE to pay tribute to him on this week's SmackDown. WWE even posted an official statement saying WWE is saddened to learn WWE Hall of Famer Hulk Hogan has passed away. One of pop culture's most recognizable figures, Hogan helped WWE achieve global recognition in the 1980s. WWE extends its condolences to Hogan's family, friends, and fans. We also like to offer our condolences to the Bollea family, who are going through this very tragic situation. Hogan recently became a grandfather, as Brooke Hogan gave birth to twins. We honestly can't imagine what they're feeling right now. Next up, The Rock done with WWE. The Rock has been absent from WWE television since the Elimination Chamber PLE, and this has led to a ton of criticism directed towards The Rock for abandoning one of the biggest angles in WWE history, that of course being John Cena turning heel. The Rock tried to explain himself during an appearance on the Pat McAfee show, but this seemed to make things even worse, as The Rock implied that he wasn't impressed with the elements of WWE's creative direction. But now a new report has shed some light on whether The Rock can be expected for SummerSlam next weekend, and according to Body Slam, the final boss is not currently planned to return anytime soon, which means he likely isn't planned for SummerSlam. The Rock returning to WWE next weekend was seen as a now or never situation by fans, as a lot of fans are under the impression that Cena's heel arc will officially wrap up at SummerSlam. The Rock not making a single appearance throughout Cena's entire heel run is truly baffling, and it's a miracle that WWE and Cena have managed to make the storyline even work. Now it's entirely possible that The Rock changes his mind and reinserts himself into the storyline. However, there certainly needs to be a plan of action if The Rock is going to be involved again. He can't just make a single appearance at SummerSlam and then dip again, as we'll be just back to square one. Now, it could be possible that WWE followed through on the Cody Rhodes heel turn to entice The Rock back, but with Rhodes officially against the idea of turning to the dark side, this might be a recipe for disaster. Next up, WWE planning a major swerve. Now, there's been speculation that WWE may pull a huge swerve at SummerSlam. On last week's SmackDown, Cody Rhodes forcefully made John Cena sign the WWE title match contract, and a lot of fans are questioning if the contract is legally binding. WWE have even uploaded a high-resolution picture of the actual contract, so they could be planning to include this in a future angle. One theory is that Cena loses the WWE title, then declares the title change invalid due to the validity of the contract, and this would give Cena extensive heel heat. But this obviously depends on whether or not WWE plan on letting Cena continue with his heel persona. I mean, one thing's for sure, that definitely isn't John Cena's signature. Do you think a squiggle mess could hold up? Next up, a future WrestleMania main event revealed. Now, even though there's some disappointment among some fans that Roman Reigns vs Braun Breaker is not set for SummerSlam, all hope isn't lost. According to a new report from Body Slam, WWE sees their singles match as a potential future WrestleMania event. WWE evidently sees Breakker as one of the future top stars in the company, and a WrestleMania main event versus Reigns could be the match Breakker needs to get to the next level in WWE, cementing himself as a main eventer. Next up, WWE not interested in Paige. Now, a return for Paige has been rumored online for some time now, and based on interviews, the former Divas champion seems really open to the idea of returning to her home. However, according to a new report from Bodyslam, there's been no recent discussions related to Paige returning to WWE, and she was never planned for Evolution 2. Despite fan speculation online, we're told there's been no recent discussions about Paige aka Saraya returning to WWE as an in-ring competitor. Additionally, there were never any plans for her to appear at Evolution 2, despite the buzz surrounding the event. This aligns with WWE's current direction for the women's division and reinforces that Paige's future remains elsewhere for now. Paige making a future return to WWE does seem likely, as the two sides are said to be on good terms, but for now it looks like WWE are focusing on their current women's division on the main roster. Next up, an ex-WWE star retires. Sonya Deville was unfortunately part of the recent releases from WWE, and now that she's no longer with the company, she feels that it's time to retire from the squared circle. In an appearance on Insight with Chris Van Vliet, she mentioned, "Definitely for now, never say never, but right now I feel at peace with that. I'm not gonna lie, and I haven't said this, but it almost is like an open wound, and if I think about wrestling somewhere else, it's like I was so loyal to the company. It was my only home from 21 years old to 31. I'm a ride or die type of person in general, so it's weird to even think about doing that, but not there." And we're wishing all the best to Sonya Deville in her future. Next up, Goldberg injured himself in his last match. Now it seems that even in his last match ever in WWE, Goldberg still managed to injure himself. Speaking on his CarCast podcast, he revealed that during the match, he broke his own hand. But also on the podcast, he mentioned the frustration of NBC cutting off his retirement speech, and he felt like it was deliberate. It may as well have been a conspiracy because you had 6 months to plan for it. I knew to an extent that was going to happen because they were silently pushing the social side of it. You keep people with a cliffhanger on national television and then they say the rest of the speech will be blistered on social media. It's bullshit. So, I mean, I'll get into it more in about a week. Goldberg will be able to lift the lid on what really happened in his last match next week. Next up, Gunther replaced. The WWE amending their Superstars banner on their official website always leads to discourse online. Yesterday, WWE made the bold call to replace World Champion Gunther. The World Champion has been replaced by R-Truth on the official banner, which is confusing to say the very least. Out of all the names that could have been replaced on the banner, the World Champion certainly shouldn't be in contention, and hopefully this isn't a sign that WWE are losing faith in the ring general as World Champion. Gunther is set for arguably one of the biggest matches of his career next weekend, as he'll defend the world title against CM Punk. There's been debate online as to whether the match will main event, and if the match doesn't main event night 1, it will certainly add fuel to the fire when it comes to the possibility of WWE no longer seeing him as an upper echelon talent. Next up, WWE reviving a WCW pay-per-view. Could WWE be reviving a classic WCW pay-per-view? Yesterday was revealed that WWE had filed for the Super Brawl trademark. Super Brawl was a WCW pay-per-view that took place between 1991 to 2001. It's one of the more unique and memorable pay-per-view names that WCW ever came up with. It's possible that the name is going to be used for a future NXT event, as the brand loves to use past WWE and WCW pay-per-view names for their takeover style shows. Next up, a top AEW star injured. Last night on AEW Dynamite, it was revealed that Will Ospreay is officially injured. Ospreay revealed that he's been dealing with neck issues for almost a year, and these issues include 2 herniated discs in his C2 and C6 that are going into his spinal cord. Thankfully, Ospreay said that it's treatable and he's hoping to return in time for the next pay-per-view in London next month. We're wishing Ospreay a speedy recovery and we can't wait to see him back in the squared circle. Next up, Brock Lesnar resurfaces. Brock Lesnar is rarely spotted in public, so whenever he's spotted in any kind of public setting, it's always kind of big news. A fan shared a photo with Lesnar via Instagram, and Lesnar looks to be in tremendous shape, and he's kept his beard and long hair. It was claimed last week by Daniel Cormier that Lesnar is outright banned by TKO, meaning that a WWE return is simply out of the question. Whilst Cormier's claims haven't been verified, Lesnar being banned does make sense, as TKO are evidently going to wait until the Janelle Grant lawsuit settles before making any decisions when it comes to Lesnar's WWE future. And finally, a shocking name wants a WWE return. Our final story today takes a look at a new interview with Mr. Kennedy, who has shockingly revealed that he's interested in a WWE comeback. Kennedy departed from WWE in 2009 on horrendous terms after infamously having issues with Randy Orton during a match on Raw. Despite Kennedy finding success in other promotions such as TNA, WWE have never expressed interest in bringing him back, but now Kennedy would like to be brought back into the fold. Speaking on the velvet ropes, the former US champion stated,
The thing about WWE that's unfortunate is I didn't leave on my own terms. That's sort of something that irks me a little bit. You know, I remember having a discussion with Steve Austin. Steve was like, "Kid, get out of there." He called me one day and he was like, "Get out of there." He's like, "You know, you got some bad juju. This person doesn't like you. This person doesn't like you. Get out, go to Japan, go to TNA, get over, do your thing, and then you can always come back." And I just never took him up on the offer. I waited too long. So I would love to go back and sort of make that thing right, you know.
Kennedy is never a name that is rumored for a WWE comeback, so it's unlikely that he'll ever return to the ring. However, a cameo in a future Rumble would be a nice way for Kennedy to receive personal closure on his WWE career. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.